few things to keep in mind for you. If you made mistakes in the exercises, it's a good thing to think about the fact that your active sentence normally has one verb less than your passive sentence. So if your active sentence has one verb, your passive will have two. If your active sentence has two, your passive will have three. If you made mistakes, you probably used the present perfect when you have to use a present simple, or sometimes even a past simple instead of a present simple. If you have I see the man, what I see often is the man has been seen by me or the man was seen by me, but that's incorrect because see is present simple and you need the present simple of to be. So always try to see what tense is used and find the same tense of to be. Don't follow your gut feeling because you'll make mistakes often. Okay, a few exceptions will be discussed now. If you have more than one object, for instance, just as in Dutch, we can have sentences that have not only a direct object but also an indirect object, een meewerkend voorwerp. I have given him the book contains a direct object and an indirect object. The book is the direct object, the thing that's given, and the person that joins you in the action, you could say, is him, and that's the indirect object. Something changes when you have this, and it's the fact that your indirect object will become the subject of your passive sentence. So him was our indirect object, meewerkend voorwerp, that becomes the subject of our passive sentence. All the rest is the same, apart from one thing. We have our verbs, have given, that's the present perfect of to be, has been. Given is our last verb, we need to have the past participle of given, easy, that is given. Then we've got the book, direct object remains the direct object here, it stays the same. So we don't have to change it to subject position because our indirect object is already there. He has been given the book, by whom? By me. So it all stays the same, the only thing that changes is the fact that him comes in subject position. All right, something to keep in mind. Then, so that's what we discussed. Last exception, you could say, last thing to keep in mind. If you have a question or a negation where you use an auxiliary do or did, you do something different from what you normally do. Suppose your active sentence is, do you love scary movies? Then the passive sentence is made in a different way than we normally would expect. You could think that you would need like an extra to be, then you have do scary movies be loved by you, but you already feel probably that's not what you would do. What do you need to do? You need to look at your auxiliary verb, to do, because in the passive your auxiliary verb is to be. You need to use to be in the same tense as do. And do is the present simple, did is the past simple. So here we need either is or am or are, depending on our subject. It's going to be are because our subject will become scary movies, as that's the direct object of our active sentence, are scary movies. Then comes the main verb, that's love, and love we need a past participle once again, and that's loved. And then we need somebody who does it expressed using by you. It's as easy as that. Suppose you had did you love scary movies? The only thing that changes is your first verb, to be, becomes were scary movies loved by you? And obviously I need a question mark there, which I've forgotten. As I said, if you use text in a PowerPoint, you're destined to make mistakes. And that's it. If you keep these situations in mind, you know everything there is to know about passive voices, and I can't really trick you with anything. Obviously, you could go from passive to active, which is actually a move you'll make more often because most of the time you'll be advised not to use passive voice and to make passive voices active. So you can try that out as well in a third exercise I will give you. Okay, so now you can continue doing the exercises that I've sent you and see how well you've understood your theory. Good luck.